My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is July 13, 2024. It is 5:08 a.m. I'm starting really late because I just finished edit one of the videos that I did yesterday. So I put this list together. There were a lot of tweets that was going on, and I was liking them on my phone but never behind my computer, so I had to take some time to create the list. I'm gonna go over some of them. 18 tweets. Okay, so this is the background. 4,318 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. I was reading some of the comments on one of my videos. Someone said maybe the lack of viewership has to do with my SEO. Perhaps, maybe, but every day there's new subscribers, so people are seeing it. I think there's a suppression somewhere. I'll try to work on it, you know, when I decided I should do it right away, but I'll try to work on that. Okay, so there's the background. Let me not waste too much time on talking about that. And the last 48 hours, 3,117 views. Okay, so there's that. Let's go on Twitter. So this video I came across, it's regarding General Col Powell, who was talking about Prince Harry.
On the other hand, Prince Harry has wholeheartedly continued the royal tradition of advocating on behalf of society's less fortunate members. Clearly, the loving effort Princess Diana made to teach her sons the importance of serving others has touched the heart and souls of her two sons and continues.
I wish I could listen to it more. And this is the thing many people still don't get it. A lot of people are getting it now, but the haters, Harry didn't have to do any of the thing that he is doing now. He didn't have to. Still now, he's living a comfortable life. He didn't have to do any of these things, but he did. He's doing it, and he feel like his platform, which he was born in, and many people have to take many years, some of the things that he said, many years to build up to the level of recognition that he has, the platform that he has. So he's using his platform, a platform that was given to him the minute he was born. So he's using it to help others.
New spin on it from the youth. As a prince, you're born at birth with a natural platform to be able to try and make a difference. Yeah, which a lot of people have to spend years and years and years getting to that point. So from that perspective, I'm very lucky to have a platform to be able to try and make change in the causes that mean a lot to me, but also to you guys. And I'm still in your generation, by the way. But at the same time, as I said, being born with a lot of privilege comes with a lot of responsibility. But I like to think that I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life earning the respect for that privilege and trying to make a difference for the rest of my life.
The protocol may have been lending your name and using your name to create a halo around the organization that would benefit it. And it sounds like the younger royals are more about more than just name association, more direct action and involvement. So do you feel you're more hands-on? Is that fair to say?
I think in today's world you have to be. I think you have to be much more hands-on, and also.
Why? I mean, why do you have to be? You could have done it the same way. You could have had 200 charities and been a patron of them. I mean, no one would have thought any different.
No, but if you end up working individually for let's say 200 charities. In today's world, I think that kind of dilutes the impact that you can have. What our foundation is all about and what our platform is all about is encouraging people to come together, to work together, so that there's less competition within that sector, whether it's financially or otherwise, and saying, right, guys, you're doing the same thing. Please, let's get around a table, talk to each other, work it out, and come up with a long-term strategy.
But doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created, with your brother and sister-in-law, the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, you know, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why another charity? Our foundation is not another charity. We're not trying to take up any more space. I think we all agree that the charity sector is quite full at the moment. But as I said, what we're trying to do is use our platform to be able to bring people together to affect change.
So why haven't other people done this?
Because I genuinely believe that we as a foundation will never be able to compete with some of the other big foundations financially. As weird as that may sound, but that's fact. What we do have is a unique ability to be able to put our name and everything that comes with to a really good purpose, to a really good cause. And as I said, there are many organizations out there that have never come together and that would never sit around a table and discuss the topic of which they're all involved with, but we've proven that. We've made that possible.
So in some ways you're leveraging your name, it seems to me. Does this create something very, very unique to you and your brother and sister-in-law, in that you can get these people to come together and talk to each other? Because working together is hard.
Yeah, well, it's hard working together as a family. It's hard working together, and it's hard working together when you are scrapping for the same money within the same sector, as a lot of people know. But you know, through some of the initiatives that we've created, Invictus Games, as an example, that brought together 10, 12 different service charities to be able to share expertise, share knowledge, share experience, specifically around mental health, so that they were all standardization across the board to make sure that whatever the best practice was, everybody was sharing that. And therefore, if there's a wounded soldier that's left the forces, that's been lost in amongst the chaos of everything else, if they stick their head above the parapet and they go to Help for Heroes, one of the charities in the UK, if that's not for them, like you go to your supermarket, everybody chooses the supermarket that they want to go to. It's the same with the charity sector. And if you've got 101 choices to choose from, every single person is uniquely wired, and therefore their cure or their fix will be specific to them. But what we're able to do is bring everybody together once again around a table and say, right, you're now part of a group, you're part of something, and therefore anybody that comes in gets the opportunity or the option of 12 of you rather than one of you.
Whose idea was this? I mean, who was it? You or Prince William or
the Royal Foundation?
Yeah.
Can't even remember. But
And Meg General Col Powell, rest in peace. I so wish you could edit this read of Colonel Powell. I don't think you meant to denote the late great 4-star General Col Powell. Otherwise, it's a home run. Okay, it was autocorrect. Thanks. Oh my God, those phones, it's unbelievable. Sometimes even after you pick the right spelling on the thing, and then it creates its own thing afterward. Okay, Col Powell, she corrected herself. I'm not gonna read all of it, but maybe after mine here. All right, you know what's effing up about this? We now realize how that family benefit from Harry's work. Harry's commitment to the military of service becomes the royals. Harry's advocacy becomes Harry and William advocacy. Parasites. And then that's the thing too. He knew his position. He knew he was the spare or whatever. And then they make sure he understand his position. And also, let's not forget as well, in my humble opinion, I believe they abuse Harry. Abuse in the sense that they manipulate him. They throw all the blames on him. This type of abuse that I'm talking about. And then at some point, I think Heavy got used to it. And this is why many times I feel like every time he does a work for the royal family, whatever, he just ship himself to Africa. That's where he feel more comfortable with. So they made sure Heavy is in place. They know he's a spare, and they made sure Heavy understand he is a spare. And Heavy recognized that. But at the same time, he was still doing things that he feel like he should be doing. And the royal family abused that kind of a setup. And then once he married Meghan, they were trying to bring Meghan under that same umbrella of abusive type of tactic. We've seen all the headlines that's been going on. And I think that's where he put his feet down. For him, because he grew up in it, the abuse, not that he enjoyed it, he accepted it, I think. But when it was shifted to his wife, who had nothing to do with this type of things, when he brought his wife in to help the firm, that, and then instead of accepting and appreciate Meghan's work, they started abusing her. That's where Harry put his foot down and said, no, he's not gonna let that happen to someone he truly loved and who had nothing to do with that type of abusive. And, you know, he removed himself with the help of his brother. I always have to include that, with the help of his brother who kicked him out, you know. So let's get back to the original recording. But he was working. He saw there were so many things that needed to be done. Each time, you know, he does it, and the other one quickly attach his name next to his work. So he just left it as long the people he's trying to reach get the help.
So Chantal Stefanovic is going to come out, Stefanovic, and David Peterson, they're coming right out. And this is a real life example. This is exciting. So Chantal is here from Nottingham, and David is here from Pullman. So we're going to tell your stories, but before I do that, I want to use you to help me introduce Chantal's story, because we're going to start with her. One of your programs is called Full Effect. And Full Effect is
It's one of their programs.
Well, where the Royal Foundation has gotten deeply involved. Is that fair to say? Adopted would not be the right word, but certainly you've created it together in some ways, right?
In short, before I went to Afghanistan in 2012, turned around to the Royal Foundation said, please find somewhere where a community which is suffering from youth violence and knife crime, of which we can go into and try and help them, but it's got to be led by them. And then I think it was April 2013, arrived in Nottingham, chosen by the Royal Foundation, and met this incredible group of young people that, in their way, were trying to do everything they could, but had been let down so many times by other organizations and other people. Not just some people had struggled. Once again, they come in thinking they knew exactly how to do it, and they were a letdown. And you could see it in their faces. So all we wanted to do was try to work out what already existed. You know, CRS existed, the community recording studio, headed up by Trevor Rose, and Epic Partners, of which Chantal was part of. Those two organizations existed. I think they worked 200 meters apart in St Anne's, in Nottingham. They'd never met each other.
Okay.
So that was a classic example of us coming and going, right, who do you guys recommend? They said, them and them. Right, you guys interested in working together? Let's make this happen. And it was all led by them.
Love this story. And David, I promise I'm coming to you. You're touring Nottingham, and she gives you a letter, right?
Touring.
Well, I mean, you're visiting.
Me and my band, yeah.
I didn't mean it that. I mean, but you're going around observing conditions and issues. I'm certainly not meaning to make light. That are pretty significant. And this woman comes up to you and gives you a letter.
There was a group of them actually in the community recording studio, and the whole point was I was going to be there, and we were going to have an open discussion and talk about the issues of which these guys were facing, and hopefully get to some solutions.
But she didn't want to talk.
She was the only person that decided not to talk, and then handed me a letter afterwards.
I was the only female in the room as well, and
out of how many people?
There was about 12 to 13. I was the only female, and a lot of these people that were around me, you know, I lived in that area, and for a long time, you hold what's happened to you very close to your heart, and you don't want to express it because you don't want people to judge you. And because I lived around those people, you know, I just felt a little bit uncomfortable, so I forced a letter on him instead.
So you planned it. You said, I'm going to write a letter before I see, and then you read the letter. What did the letter say?
The letter was her life story on well, actually it wasn't your life story. It was as much as you could say on a two-sided piece of A4, because she quite understandably didn't want to share most of the stuff that she'd been through, which is pretty harrowing. She didn't want to share that amongst that group of people. So she decided to say, right, you need to know my backstory. You need to know exactly what happens in this community. There it is. It's in a letter. So, and I really respect and admire that. But it was exactly what I needed to know, that we were in the right place.
And then afterwards, you two have had this great partnership, the foundation and Full Effect, and you've actually developed a friendship. I mean, I watched you together. You seem very comfortable with each other. Is that odd to you? Does that seem unusual? I mean, I feel even odd asking, you know?
At first, I think the first time we ever met, I don't think I could say my name properly. It was...
Do you text?
It was breathed out. It's like, Chantal. And that was it. So, but then as time went on, you know, Harry is an amazing person. He's very inspiring. He makes you very relaxed, and he listens. It was the first time that someone came to our community and listened to us and, you know, didn't tell us what we needed to do or how to fix ourselves. He was more intrigued about us and what he could do for us instead of anything else. So, yeah, he was really, really inspirational.
And now that he decided, of all things, and this is the thing I do not understand with the brother, you know what you're capable of. This is a fact, no matter what anybody tells anyone. You know deep inside what you are capable of, what you could do and what you cannot do, what is your fear, what your interest, and everything like that. This is something within you. He knows he cannot do these things. But yet, I don't know who advised him, who told him if he pushes brother out, he'll get the spotlight. Okay, fine. He went so deep where he hired someone who's really good with the law to help solidify his brother out of the working royal. That Simon case thing. And then now they left everything for him. He still can't make a damn thing out of it. Now I'm hearing he's going back to the homelessness. How many times he's talking about homelessness, nothing have been resolved. You could talk about many things, but if you're not doing, producing, creating, or advising people, this is what needs to be done, do it this way, put your money where your mouth is, nothing is gonna happen. But he's listening to those people. Yes, they give the cushion that they will write nice things. They could write as many nice things as possible about you. But if people are not feeling it or seeing it, using their senses to recognize your work, they could say anything about you to make you look good. But if they're not seeing it and feeling it, what good it is? It's the same thing that's happening in the US. They're talking Biden should step down and all of this. But there are many people, despite the fact that the mainstream media has been hijacked the same way as the UK. Many people outside the world may not see what's going on within the US. All you're hearing on TV, Biden should step down. Yeah, should step out of the race and all of this and just let Trump be it. The same way when the primary was going for the GOP, people were dropping like flies to just let him be. And he expect the same thing will happen for Joe Biden. Meanwhile, the little people like me and other people, you know, who don't have that much of a platform are doing their part and say, no. You don't hear them talk nothing about the Epstein, the Trump, all the BS he has been doing, the COVID, the amount of people who died during COVID. You don't hear any of these. And many people have seen and experienced what Biden has done for them. There are many people whose student loan have been completely wiped out. And then the worst thing is the GOP are going after that. They already made it clear. I think they're going after it to freeze it. So people, students' loan, the way that Biden is dealing with it, should not go further. So people feel and see the things that Biden has done. They can touch it. They can feel it. They have seen it happen to them. So it's two different things. Saying things and doing things completely different. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Okay, I even forgot my point for bringing all of this. It's just that the mainstream media is hijacked, and the brother thought that just because Harry left, he'll get all the accolade, the applaud, and all of this. But I'm not in the UK, so I don't know what he's done to make the people in the UK feel good about living life. I don't know. Putting food on the table. Okay, this is the next tweet. The first one, I don't know. I probably will put the audio on our Port of View service. I'll see when I'm editing. So this is the second one, or maybe the first one. Okay, royal hacks and derangers getting in line to watch the ESPYs in hopes of catching a glimpse of Harry and Meghan, the couple they claim are irrelevant and yet can't seem to quit. There's the clowns lining up. Right, derangers signing the petition at their headquarters. Oh my God. I didn't see all of that. There's a laugh here, giggle, lol. I'd be embarrassed if I were them, but first you have to have a sense of shame, and second, not be psychotic. Most probably the ESPY's switchboard has been inundated with calls from the Snakes Island demanding access to the venue. They could ask all they want, but the US doesn't have to comply. Okay, you know, before the announcement, they had no clue what the ESPYs were. Now, if Billy Pegs was nominated, they will be zip. There's that. They should thank them for making those ratings go up so ESPN can invite Harry more often, winning. That's another thing. I have a tweet that mentioned the rating, how well it did. It wasn't to the million. Okay, they're the biggest fan. All right, what is that? Okay, yes, they have to make sure it's really happened. I think this happened too. They have destroyed many things by interviewing people if Harry deserves it. Okay, British press trying to camouflage with the bushes after Prince Harry bans them from his event. You see that branch? It looks like it's tiptoeing into the lake. Okay, am I so done with y'all? There's that here. All right, you know, they're gonna hate watch. Okay, so there's that. Let's go to the next one. And this is making reference to the British media. Okay, let's pause. British tabloids need to be held accountable for harassing, bullying, smearing, and lying on Harry and Meghan relentlessly. I can see that Harry is hurt by this unnecessary dragging of his name. Enough already. Harry is proud to take the award to the Invictus Foundation. Okay, so that's a retweet of ESPN. Prince Harry is the recipient of the Mary Tillman Award for Service. The Duke of Sussex founded the Invictus Games, an international platform that supports wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women who are navigating both physical and invisible injuries. I think I played this already, but for this, I have to put the screenshot. I'll play some of it. If anything, I probably will also connect that one with the Col Powell's video and put it on our Port of View service. Okay. So I don't know where I'm gonna put this video. Maybe on our Port of View service. So if you don't see it here in this video on this channel, APTS Sussex, it's probably on our Port of View service. Okay, and there will be screenshot in between. All right, next tweet. Should I go? Let me go into it and see what some people say, because the other one didn't have any comments. Let's pause. Okay, my ceiling is leaking again. Prince Harry is pure class. What a speech. We are truly blessed to have him. Mary Tillman Award. Okay, congratulations, Prince Harry, Invictus Games founder. Prince Harry, ESPYs Award. Congratulations. So, okay, people are just congratulating him. Okay, congratulations, there's all of that. So let's go to the next tweet. All right, let me pause this. Next tweet. The royal propaganda is the scariest shit ever. Quote, no one walks away. End quote. You instantly become a no-starter, unworthy, crazy, unstable. Can you imagine how awful it must have been for Princess Diana to go through this? To go through that alone. I hope she can rest knowing Harry escaped and is thriving. Not only that, she still needs to keep an eye on her boy because the institution is still there. They still have the same power and the influence. So Princess Diana needs to continue doing whatever it is that she's doing to keep her son safe along with her son's family safe. Of all people, you would have thought who understand Harry's position and will not do the kind of thing that he's doing to his brother. He's even worse than the father. So Princess Diana needs to continue to do whatever it is that she's doing wherever she's at, and our ancestors as well. So there are some videos. The first two, let's see here. There will be screenshot, I'm sorry.
It's a big, silent, rather threatening presence that told us, certainly told me, that the princess wasn't really wanted anymore.
Everything changed after we separated. Life became very difficult then for me. People's agendas changed overnight. I was a problem. I was a liability. How are we going to deal with her?
It became a condition of your patriotism that you must therefore support the Prince of Wales. The belief that if we were loyal monarchists, we had to be on his side. Well, I'm sorry. As a loyal monarchist, my loyalty was to the principles of the British Crown.
That's it.
And I saw royal virtues embodied in her more than in him. But I think the real damage was done by those who tried to marginalize her, or in more recent years, airbrush Diana out of royal history. They saw that their man's path to the crown would be a great deal easier if he were not competing for popularity with his ex-wife.
Every strong woman in history has had to walk down a similar path.
These are some of the things she had said in the Martin Bashir interview. And then the son, William, tried to erase that as well. I don't know. The UK, I have to give the UK this for sure. They are masterful of psychology. Not in a good way, but in a negative way. How to influence people to even hate themselves. The UK has that down packed. Let's continue.
It's the strength that causes the fear. Why is she strong? Where did she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going to use it? I'll fight till the end.
Okay, so that's that. There's another one here.
So there were an awful lot of people who wanted Diana and her Muslim lover dead.
It's weird that at a time when you know the establishment can think of nothing worse than Dodi Fayed, son of Muhammad, marrying, possibly impregnating Diana, that she's conducting a major international offensive against landmines with all the crippling economic problems that would bring for the British establishment again.
And America.
And America. If you add all these to the mix, then...
The thing is that Princess Diana was trying to make something good, and it was against the institution, the same group of people who's creating the nonsense that's happening now, because they benefit in chaos. God help us. God help us.
If you were ever going to do something dodgy to Diana, that's the time you would do it.
Wow. This is crazy. And this is...
So there were an awful lot of people who wanted Diana.
Okay, it's playing again. Alright, so there's no comment. Let's go to the next tweet. This is crazy. Evil. Evil is in every one of us. That's because we are human. We know how to control ourselves. Well, most of us know how to control ourselves. When we're angry, depending on what kind of feelings we're having, we learn to suppress it and control it. But these people, they only know evil. That's it. They don't care about anybody's feeling, nothing. But these people, they display their evilness purely. Alright, next tweet. Prince Harry's speech is worth 5 minutes of anyone's time. He is a great advocate for the military, the wounded, people suffering. The US gain is our loss. Okay, who is that? The US gain is our loss. Will's worldview, here to disrupt the echo chambers of the racist and far right and to advocate the causes of the disadvantaged and dispossessed. Okay, I don't know who's that. He said, well, okay, so he retweeted the speech. I have it on our Part of Pew service without any interruption, just screenshot in between. Okay, Prince Harry's acceptance speech for the Pat Tillman Award for service is worth 5 minutes of our time. There is no doubt that he is worthy of this award, and no doubt that what he is doing is changing lives for the better. Okay, that's the thing here. They want people to be in despair and need of. When you in need of, it's like you consistently thrive, pushing yourself, or let's say, how will you say that? Your mind is not into the problem that the well-established is creating. Okay, the well-established love to create chaos, to keep your mind away from advancing. So instead, you will focusing on the things, the disruption that they're creating. So there's Harry, who's removing part of the problem and make them focus on themselves to thrive more. That's not what they want. This is what I have learned so far with these people from looking into Harry and Meghan thing, and it opened my eyes to so many other things. Okay, I was aware of some of them, but I didn't go too deep into it. You know, I did my thing quietly or whatever. But this has become too much. They love to create chaos, disruption. Instead of you focusing on your straight line, focusing on your objective, they create sidebars of disruption, chaos, to disrupt you from continuing on your straight line, your objective. So that's what these people keep on doing over and over again. Right now, for the election that's coming in, they're creating disruption. Biden should step aside. He's unfit, but he's doing so many great things. They create chaos instead of focusing on the things that has been done. Trump, things when he was in office, things he has done, taking documents and all of that. You don't hear a beep about it. But the people, I hope the people of America, you know, put their head on their shoulder. When they go vote, they vote for the right people. But anyway, so about the speech, like I said, I'm not gonna play it again. There's the thumbs up. Awesome guy. Okay, it was a total knockout speech. He hit on so many key topics in just 5 minutes. The grace he showed Pat Tillman's mom, who maligned him, and the British press totally unnecessarily was. There's that. Harry's confidence in public speaking has skyrocketed since being with Meghan. Yeah, that's for sure. Sorry, we're keeping him, okay? He's honestly better off here in America, where he's free to thrive and survive. Appreciate you saying this and spreading the word, although he lives in America. You guys produce a great black, as you guys may say, and we are happy to have him. Sadly, yes it is. I totally agree. There was some, okay, I have it next. Let me go to the next one. This one is someone who tagged me on Twitter, and is a TikTok video, and it pretty much says some of the things that I was thinking, especially about the Pat Tillman part. With Pat Tillman, okay, this is a must-watch video explaining why and how Prince Harry's Pat Tillman Award acceptance speech was a masterclass. I'm so proud of Harry. Okay, so there'll be a screenshot. Okay, just listen.
Well, here's my take. What Harry has done last night is that he showed and gave a masterclass in what it looks to be gracious and to extend grace, especially to your enemies, especially to those who spitefully use your name The most profound comments he made, he said, the bond between a mother and a son is eternal.
That's right.
Wow. Let's not forget, this is a man who lost his mother, and everything he does is in the spirit and in the name and in the thought of his mother.
That's right.
Powerful. Now, while I'm trying to take the road of Grace, as he is a great example, when she's basically saying that he could not carry her son's shoes, ma'am, you can't carry his mother's. Sit down. The next comment that he made when he said, I don't stand here as Prince Harry. That was some good snark on, check me, boo, Google me, you ain't taking my name, you ain't taking my title, you ain't that great. I stand here as a voice for those who don't have a voice. Going back to his name and his platform in the spirit of his mother, he uses his pain, he
As a
uses
prince,
his
you're born
platform
at
to
birth
give
with a
voice
natural
and to
platform
uplift
to be able to try and make a difference. Yeah? Which a lot of people have to spend years and years and years getting to that point. So from that perspective, I'm very lucky to have a platform to be able to try and make change in the causes that mean a lot to me, but also to you guys. And I'm still in your generation, by the way. But at the same time, as I said, being born with a lot of privilege comes with a lot of responsibility. But I like to think that I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life earning the respect for that privilege and trying to make a difference for the rest of my life.
Going back to his name and his platform in the spirit of his mother, he uses his pain, he used his platform to give voice and to uplift those who have long been ignored. And back to the mother Mary, he's a champion. Had your son survived, he would have championed him. How
That's right.
dare you turn your back on veterans because you mad for other reasons that we won't talk about right now.
With that part though, she probably is right. I agree with her in a certain extent. But remember, some of the things that were said about her, we do not know what Daddy Fair had told her for her to respond the way that she did. And I didn't really look too much into her response. I was hearing noise here and there, maybe in 1 or 2 videos when I came back from vacation and I read. But knowing what we know about Daddy Fair, how they operate, they will pay people to say things. Perfect example, like Rex Simon, who did not take the bait. Okay, you could see how this could have hunt him down the line if he had decided to take the money and lie. But we do not know. And also, Daddy Fair is very masterful at taking people's word and turn it into something completely 360. So unless Pat Tillman mom, or I see her talking with her own mouth and there's Q&A question and all of that, maybe I'll go deep on her. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it as that. If she had said whatever it is that was said, I guess Harry solved the issues. He responded the best way he knows how. And I will just agree with this TikToker and Prince Harry as well. Okay, but remember, it's Daddy Fair. Let's continue listening to her.
The third part when he said Invictus and no man left behind. Wow. If you want to talk about grace, he is grace under fire. He is grace in the spite of evil.
That's right.
And so is his wife. Let's be clear. And what I love about the two of them is that they're showing what grace looks like. They show what a regal demeanor is. You can be mad about it, but they are. This is what a global statespeople do. This is how you act. Say or do something spiteful, they just
That's right.
brush it off their shoulders, and it's a platform for them to stand taller.
And that's what I said as well. She put it much better than I did. But I've already recorded, it's probably public already. One of the things that I said is as if all the noise about him not receiving should not get the recognition, is not I guess the person that should be receiving this award or something, all the crazy noise you were hearing. And I said it's as if he didn't hear any of these and then he just focused on the mission. And he can't really, and this is why Invictus has to be carried out by someone like him, because if every little noise that they throw at him and he's heading back at those people, within all those things that they're throwing at him, and if he responds to each one of them, he might piss off 1 or 2 different countries, you name it, and then create chaos within the Invictus, and then people's focus will be shifted. So, I mean, he's the best person for this job. That's all I know. He's the best person for this job. Many, myself included, will not be able to do it because sometimes when I get pissed off, I said things I don't really mean and all of that. So he just ignore. Even at the event, I was trying to look for that tweet to share with you, but I didn't find it. I believe after he did his speech, he left. There was a small video clip of him leaving, and I can't find it anymore. I saw it on my phone, but when I'm at my computer, I didn't see it. But anyway, I think she's done.
What do you think?
Yeah, she's done. Let's see some of the comments here. If I'm being honest, I felt second embarrassment for MT when Prince Harry gave her grace for, is it Mary Tillman? Okay. For Mary Tillman, when Prince Harry gave her grace for allowing herself used by Lady Fair to sabotage her own son's legacy, and come to find out she is not and never being part of the selection board to cause all that chaos. I hope she watched yesterday. I think when he said the bond between the mother and a son is eternal, this part, I think that's when the camera sort of shifted to the lady in blonde hair, and people were saying that's not the mother, that's the widow. So that's the part that I was making reference to, mostly on what was said instead of the person itself. The camera was shifting. But in all honesty, before that, I did not look up who Tillman's mother is and the widow. So I do not, at that time, I did not know how they look like. Okay, so people made correction, but I think at that time in that video I was focusing on what was said instead of the person. Again, I don't remember what I said, but whatever it is, people corrected me. I'll just take it as that. Okay, so that's it. Okay, she should be embarrassed in my opinion. Again, these people are right based on the things that were said on social media, in terms as if she was the one who said it. But I'm reserving my feeling and thought toward that because we had to, it's Daily Fair who's behind it. That's the thing for me. Someone not happy with me said Harry's speech is gracious. I replied to that one with similar reason, then blocked it. I'm too very proud of him and wish his mother were here to share the moment. Okay, his mom would be so proud. That's an ad. Perfectly stated, graceful, bullseye, good point. I think we've gotten so used to the clapbacks and the witty comeback, i.e. Taylor Swift, Cardi B, etc., that we forget what true grace looked like. This is why Harry and Meghan are miles ahead of us. They are literally the product of what therapy and self-healing looks like. That's similar. Well, she put it much better than me. And this is why I was saying I don't think I'll be able to do the type of job that he does, because sometimes when you're pissed off, and these people, this is the mindset they want Harry and Meghan to be pissed off and say things that will create headlines. Instead, they shut their mouth and then focus on the objective. Okay, a trillion thanks for sharing and highlighting the obvious truth. You nailed it, sis. Okay, leave no man behind, include Mrs. Tillman. His Grace ensured she was honored and not left behind. That is a powerful statement Prince Harry made to all of us. Yeah, and I've always said that, even way before the Pat Tillman Award. You could go on PYTE. I don't know which video. There's some videos where I mention Pat Tillman when I saw, I think I used to mention him when we're talking about politics, the way the US is behaving and things like that, as if people then risk their lives to give us the freedom that we have and all of that. And I usually use Pat Tillman because he was most recognizable. He was more of a voice that I felt like that needs to be said, because you know, he was a person who was living a comfortable life. He didn't have to do that. Alright, so I usually use him to make a point of whatnot. Leave no man behind include Mrs. Tillman. Okay, I read that. After this one, that's it. A perfect example of when they go low, we go high. Harry has his mother's spirit, and he can understand she has lost a son. We can't understand her saying Harry is too divisive to receive the award. I hope she realizes she was wrong. That's another point as well. And I don't know. Little at a time, people will learn what Daddy Fell is all about, I guess. The British media. Next tweet. The ESPY Awards were attended by athletes and others who work hard to get where they are, and they appreciate the hard work of others. The reception given to Prince Harry speaks volume. In other words, excellence recognizes and appreciates excellence. That's for sure. It's his work, his merit that brought it here, not his name. He worked his butt off to be where he's at. Okay, so there's that. Exactly. So true. That's an ad. His speech was amazing. There's that. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I think I messed up here. Let me pause for a second. Okay, I put the first sentence twice instead, of the link. The second part, I put the sentences again. Okay, next tweet. Squaddies, take a bow. The world is abuzz with a love fest for our fave, and I'm so proud of them. Thank you for always got their backs 24/7. Rain or shine, we are global. We are Sussex Squad. We got this. Having there. She fixed herself up there. Love our Sussex Squad. Okay, so that's an ad. There's this. Teamwork. There's all of that. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, Invictus Games was the one foundation they can't take from Prince Harry, and it is the one they wish most to take from him. So when you see them bleed trying to give the other unearned credit for it, know their cries of the jilted who can only watch from afar as Invictus Games soars around the world. There's that. Okay, they will take it to watch it die on a vine. Okay, not one of those clowns have the range or skills to manage it. Like I keep on saying, I think it was in this video I just said, with the homelessness, he keep on bringing it, but he's not telling people or put money where his mouth is, direct people what needs to be done to stop the homelessness. But he keep on saying homelessness, he's gonna solve, I don't know what he's saying, but homelessness always come up, but we're seeing the same thing keep on happening. Nothing, pretty much. The biggest proof that Harry's UK family don't support him is the lack of congratulation at any of his achievements. Nothing will stop me expressing pride in my son at times like this. He was right to leave and probably wishes he did it sooner. As much I agree in terms of the leaving part here. Remember, he wanted to stay. Harry and Meghan wanted to stay. It's the brother who literally pushed him out. Remember in the Oprah interview where Oprah had asked them a question, if it wasn't whatever, would you still say, will you still stay? Both of them say yes.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
But William, who hired Jason Kunoff, no, not Jason Kunoff, who hired Simon Case to write a legal document to push them out.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans
people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
So give that credit to William. Okay? So that's William's doing. So thanks to him, and the father, who is the king, could have said something, who's higher in terms of seniority. He didn't say a damn thing, so he's part of that problem too. So we should thank them for that. Alright, so that's an ad. They took all his patronages despite the pleas from the charities and even his home. That's right. Why is nobody screaming or associating themselves with Santa Bali? The Invictus Game is the jewel of all charities, and the coveted want it and its global success for themselves. Okay, those are most important and involved with the Invictus Game know very well who deserve all the credits for Invictus. The competitors and their support teams always credit Harry for everything, because without him there will be no Invictus. And also, what is it? They're trying to associate the brother with the Invictus, but the 10 years anniversary, when they did the ceremony, there were a couple things that were happening in the UK. You didn't hear the brother's name in it. Everything is Harry and the people Harry spoke to help him make it come alive. Nothing about William at all. Okay, those are the most important and involved with the Invictus Game. No, okay, I read that. We don't need this. Why will a so-called co-founder visit a charity they co-founded just once? Why will a co-founder never congratulate participant in 10 whole years? I remember when the late Queen being part of a video skit, she understood the importance of being supportive. I don't know, the selfish within these people. I don't know who's advising them, okay? It's for self-destruction, that's all.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
I've got something for you. This is from our team. Team Invictus volleyball.
Thank you very much.
Because the team is our strength. Thank you very much. Thank you. Christmas you are doing. Thank you. And you, thank you for supporting. Yeah. So come on, everybody.
Even if you weren't part of it, the fact that without the then they said the institution, the monarch is the head of the army and things like that. That alone, you should, you know, I don't know. The thinking behind them, I really don't understand. If they had taken it, it would have been flat by now. Of course, look at the Commonwealth Games. I don't know what's happening. I haven't heard much about it. Okay, they play too much. If any of the lazy ones with their full of hate and non-accommodating to all, they will have ruined Invictus so bad, and people of color and others will have stayed for. That's for sure. Harry's family didn't expect him to marry a beauty, a humanitarian, a businesswoman, come actress, an Ivy League degree in international diplomacy and acting, 6-figure bank account. But they only want to take it from him because it's such a success, unlike anything they're doing. Yeah, I pray DC is 2027. So the Invictus, I think the finalists, was it the US and the UK, whatever UK city that was advocating for the Invictus, they are the 2 finalists. So this is what they're saying here, this tweet it making reference to. Okay, after this, that's it. Okay, the only games that makes the Commonwealth Games appear useful. And you would have thought, okay, the Commonwealth, there's the Olympics coming. That would have helped many of these athletes who in the Commonwealth countries to excel in their respective sports. leading up to the Olympics. They didn't take advantage of that. I don't know. Again, I don't know what's happening with the Commonwealth Games, but I don't hear anything. Next tweet. Harry and Meghan always rise above their critics. They are special people, always considerate, humble, compassionate, thoughtful. Okay, so she retweeted that. He sure has taken a ton of spit for being the recipient. Hats off to him for honoring it in a way of pure respect and humility. I'm telling you, the UK is messing with the wrong couple because they run with their nonsense. Okay, they're making noise, and then now people seeing for themselves. They're really shooting themselves on their foot because now people are seeing what Harry truly is all about. Even the speech, you would thought he will go berserk, but he took it very humbly and then give praise where praise is needed. The mother as well, you know. All right, next tweet. Thank you for uplifting this. I took the time to watch it. There's that thumbs up. This is extra. And then this is the speech again. Princess Meghan Adamazi Omu of Ovokushu. Whoa. That's the Nigerian princess name. Okay, Kelly Zasfen paid tribute to Prince Harry ESPN speech. The bond between a mother and son is eternal and transcends even the greatest losses, Prince Harry. And not only that, when I first heard the speech of Harry, when he said that, and I was like, you could understand. He lost his mother, and then you see Tim and Pat's mom lost her son. So Harry have a basic understanding. Maybe not in a perspective of a parent. Maybe he does, because Meghan wrote the op-ed regarding the losses we share. But he will never, no one will never understand her own perspective unless she says it. But Harry and Meghan have a pretty good understanding about losing a child, so they know. But the connection kind of thing of losing a loved one, so he understands that, and this is why he took the high road also. All right, let's go to the next tweet. These were extra. It's raining. The kids wanted to go out. I guess that's a no-no, especially my youngest. He wanted to go fishing. All right, next tweet. I need Prince Harry or Archwell to compensate me for the cost of all my Kleenex. Every time he gives a speech, I'm boohoo crying. And pretty much the comments is saying the same thing, or they're laughing. They agree. Girl got me and mama crying rivers. Okay, there's that. The confidence was off chart. The speech, the note was higher than the haters scream. Meghan, there's that. Harry, I am ready to take that oath. I will recite it in my sleep. Alright, so there's all of that. I feel the same. Okay, me too. It's amazing to see how his public speaking has evolved. In my opinion, that was his best speech yet. Really took me in and held me throughout. Quite inspirational. You're not alone. The video had bowling. Same. Alright, so let's go to the next one. So this is an image of them leaving, and I could not find the video. I was gonna put the video after that. Okay, I love this couple. Alright. Someone said somewhere, I don't know if it was my comment or under one of my videos or on Twitter, saying the second close during their wedding. I have to look at it again. I'll put a side-by-side image when I'm editing. That white dress was the reception dress kind of thing. They didn't say it like that, but second wedding dress. That's what the person said. And I'm assuming is the reception. And then this, we saw it already. Congratulations, Harry. What does it mean to you? Oh, it's great and fantastic for Invictus as well. Thank you, Prince Harry. Let's listen to that. It's a quick question they ask him.
Congratulations, Harry. What does this mean to you?
It's great. Yeah. It's fantastic for Invictus as well.
Okay. There's that. I love this post. I love this Ill Guys 3. There's all of that. Me too. Where are the body language experts to tell us what we see? Love winning. Where are the body language experts to tell us what we see? What a beautiful pic. There's all of that. Let's go to the next one. I'm almost done. I have 3 tweets left. Okay. To all you who hate watch, thank you. All right, Thursday's rating, the ESPYs on ABC rise to the largest total audience since 2019. So in other words, it was very high. Okay, please leave her out of it. I don't want to look at it. This is someone I black. I think it was only 3 million. It was in the top 10. 3 million is rating goal for an award show. Okay, I don't really have cable. Well, ABC is not cable. If you have antennas, you could watch it. It's one of those stations you could watch without paying for, as long you have antennas. But I didn't watch it. Whatever clip that I show you on my videos, that's what I saw. Oh, yesterday, I think on YouTube, someone has the entire award ceremony. You could go watch it. It's somewhere on YouTube. Okay, they saw that standing ovation. There's people who quote hate you, but they follow your every move. They criticize you, but they follow you. They don't like what you do, but they follow you. Everything you do bothers them, but they follow you. Okay, let's pause this. That's an ad. Okay, numbers don't lie. After this, that's it. All right, that's an ad. Okay, we knew it. I posted the other day that it was going to have the higher ratings. At what point do they realize they are playing for the wrong team? Hate never wins. Haters don't like these two, but they follow their every move. Very strange. My guess is they are still fuming. I do wonder if they actually listen to Harry's word. Now they can be angry for boosting the ratings up so damn high. Okay, Harry's power is on fire. This reminds me of his book Spare. He didn't have to do a lot because the others were writing about it incessantly, and his book sold 1 million copies in one day. There's that. Insane. All right, let's go to the next one. 2 more. Situation in Derangerville. I want to personally thank the Dementors for the free publicity and the boost in viewing and engagement figures while Prince Harry won the Pat Tillman Award. Please continue. Alright, there's that. I keep on saying that, but whatever. There's the laugh, them, laugh. It literally warms the cockles of heart to no end knowing the derangers then have the willpower to not watch. Harry spoke brilliantly. The presentation was perfect. Standing ovation, and Meghan's look stunning. Good King Harry. Alright, so let's go to the next one. It's a LOL. Okay, this one I shared on my community, but I saw it last night. Funniest tweet. There's the laugh. The problem is someone was supposed to break the internet. The other brother was supposed to win Best Single Father Award. The sausage finger was supposed to get sympathy. The cow was supposed to produce milk. Ford Fiesta was supposed to get an oil change. That's why you're mad. This is epic without mentioning any of their names. If you're Squaddy, you should know who this person is making reference to. Ruthless and I love it. OMG bookmarked. That's an ad. People are laughing. The oil change part is taking me out. Plus, it gives me a reminder because I need to get my oil change. This tweet is a legend on its own. Yeah. Okay, this is masterpiece. That's what I said too. I didn't even know this comment was there. People are laughing. I almost choked laughing at my appointment. She's absolutely right. Yeah. Yep. Didn't mention anybody's name, but make reference to all of the left behind us. Next one, and this is my last one. Okay, I will use that as the prayer. Pretty much everybody said amen. And this is one of the squad who put it out. Heavenly Father, as I go to bed, help the squad to enjoy victory and winning by sticking to business and ignoring those who do not matter. Amen. Alright, so especially this weekend, today in particular, today and tomorrow, just focus on the Sussexes. Don't retweet people's nonsense and all of that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. That's the new video for today. It's already 6 o'clock. But anyway, thank you for watching.
a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.